Hi, I'm Tomek. I'm delivery manager, head of delivery now at Divo, a Swedish property management company. And also, that's sort of my day job. As a hobby, yes, I like Legos, I like sneakers, but I also like to think about what is an agile or product organization and do research on that topic. So that's what I'll be discussing with you today. Those of you that were at Dave West's presentation, he did mention a server of 4,205 people. This presentation is based off of that. Clear, right? I really like this animation. I think it looks really cool. It's like that crazy guy, you know, like the theory, like less than sex robots. How does that work? That's another, maybe that's the next talk I'll do. Okay, but before that, I just want to we're doing sort of a random coffee chat we had. We were trying to organize a training from the back of the room in November. If you're interested, let me know and we'll figure it out. Okay. So, I also want to thank my friends who were part of this. Andrew, Dan, Dave, and Rishi all contribute to this with me, and we worked on this for 2 years, starting from a thesis, an idea, to sending the surveys and really understanding what are we trying to figure out. So I really appreciate all their help, and this would have not been possible without them. But okay, without further ado, what is the great product organization equation? I asked the ChatGPT to draw a picture of that, and here it is. So it is about understanding your organization's mission, measuring value, and really prioritizing employee satisfaction, looking at ANPS or other measures of employee satisfaction to see if that works, what is working. And all three are very important. And this equation came from that research that we sent, from that survey that we sent, from conversations with experts, based also on our experience, based on our projects and tough type of work we did in different companies in different places. So that's the equation. And now I'm going to deep dive into each piece to show you how the data helped us get to that. So if we start with understanding the organization mission, we got 92% of survey respondents said they understand organization mission, but only if they have a cross-functional team versus 83 if they're not in a cross-functional team, which shows you a bit of like, so we have cross-functional people. We have people from different parts of the organization, and we are having those discussions. It's not just design, it's not just product, it's not just BAs, agile. We have that cross-functionality. We can also help each other better understand the organization's mission. And I've seen this in multiple companies where you have those silos. I think we all been, many of you work in big telcos, big banks, insurers, whatnot, and you see that, right? Like there is a constant sort of, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? What is the purpose of our work? Why is the company doing this? And if we have different perspectives, we are able to get to that understanding quicker, easier, and usually in a clear and understandable way for everybody. But if we're working in experts, we'll look at the expert mission rather than the organizational mission. Measure value. Now here it's a bit worse. Only 56% of our respondents said that they measure business value for customers or any type of value of the work that they do. How many of you have or some sort of metrics or some sort of measures of value in the way you work? And how many of you know it? Wow. How many of you are awake? Okay, good. That's good. That's okay. Okay. So that just shows. I didn't see too many hands up, right? So a lot of times it's just that, get work done, go, 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 move, move, move. And that's how it feels. It feels a bit like a car manufacturing plant in the 40s and 30s and 50s, right? You don't really look at that. The good news, if you do measure value, we see that in over 60% of cases, this is the full end-to-end value stream, that you don't pick just delivery or just customer acquisition. You actually look at the full view, and that also allows you to have a better measure. Also, funny enough, when you measure business value and you understand what your customers want, you have happier employees, because people need a purpose. People need something that they feel that their work matters, and they're not just doing a thing after a thing after a thing. Building that is very powerful. I worked with a retailer once, and we were building an app. And funny, we had like the head of marketing, we had the head of sales, and we had the dev team. And we were like building this app, and we said, hey, you are located on top of a store. Let's go to that store. Let's talk to our customers. Let's understand what they need, what they value. They panicked, like especially the head of marketing. Like, they don't like us. I don't want to go there. Like, I'm most afraid of the guys and the ladies and the men that scan the products, the cashiers. I'm afraid of those. I don't want to go there. I don't want to show my face. So this fear of talking to customers is quite scary. So what we found out that those 80% of the respondents that interact regularly with customers measure value. So if you are interacting, if you are talking to your customers, to your end users, internal, external, you will want to measure value. You will want to understand, is the thing we're building for them valuable or not? Makes sense, right? Finally, when we looked at the survey and we saw people, we compared ENPS, employee satisfaction, of people that are in product orgs versus non-product orgs, we saw a major change, right? So 7.5 on average ENPS for people that worked in product orgs versus 6.6 for people that did not work in product orgs. So this also shows you that you building and understanding a product, understanding the mission, all those things help to have happy employees. And usually also a lot of companies that I've been working with don't really look at it. They have some sort of survey, they send it out every half a year, but no one actually actively does anything about it. And they make the same promises quarter after quarter, year after year. Yes, we're going to improve customer centricity. Yes, we're going to give you more benefits other than fruits on Thursday. There is this need, and we should really, if we want to be a fully product org, look at our employees' happiness, and are we helping them thrive in this environment? Funny enough, most CXOs said, oh, we're great. This is a great place to work. I love the place where I work. Most agile coaches and scrum masters are like, yeah, it's okay place. But when we looked at contractors, like, this is an okay place. I don't know. I mean, it's okay. I'm not going to tell my friends to come here. Right? It's okay. That I've seen that all the time, right? I mean, I had a chance to work with many big organizations, and the higher you talk, the more people are like, yeah, we're a great place to work. Look at me. I work 8 hours a day. I have a personal driver. My life is amazing. Woo, I have an office. My secretary is great. Life is great. Then you go lower and lower. You're like, no, this place is terrible. Like, oh man, come on, like the CEO doesn't know stuff. Nothing is going to happen. This is just not working. And then when you bring that information to say, no, it's the people are the problem, not us. It's like the boiling lobster or whatever type of like, no, it's not us, it's them. It's the people. Oh, okay. And the whole manual, like contractors that just outsource. Yeah. So there's a Polish company, big telco that I work with, where their strategy became to insource a lot of the people. And what they saw is when they insourced, so they sort of got rid of contractors, usually paying more for the same people. They actually saw better performance in all the teams because people felt attached, more in sort of control, and felt like they have a place. So these are all very very important things. So, this equation is so critical that you have to also understand that it's interdependent. So first of all, you can't just focus on one and not do the other. So of course you can start measuring value, and then you're going to be like, let's get more work out. Let's work 20 hours a day. Come on, measure customers. You're going to lose your satisfaction. If you just get stuff out that no one wants, or you don't understand how it connects to your organizational mission, that is also not going to work. You can, of course, use the organizational mission, like Elon Musk is famous for saying, you know, we want to fly to Mars. We're trying to save the planet. That's our mission. But then the stories you hear from some of those places that he runs, you know, they're pretty scary, right? So it's interdependent. You can't just do one. You have to focus on all three, and they actually help each other. So the more you focus on bringing understanding to the organization and mission, the more you will be measuring value, the more you will improve employee satisfaction, because all those things are interconnected and they help each other. So naturally you will shift from one to the other. You can, of course, make a conscious decision to say, nah, I don't want people to be happy. I just want them to work. Fine, let's just go. They have nowhere to go. Come on, let's beat them. But that's not the idea, right? So my takeaway, my ask to all of you that work in different types of organizations, encourage your organizations to foster cross-functional teams. I've done cross-functional teams in logistics, where we brought in the people that pack goods that are sent with the people that plan the demand for those goods. Before, they were in separate countries, never working together. We brought those two teams. No tech. Tech was safe, so we let those guys alone. You stay safe. Stay safe there. So we brought those guys together but safe is great. We brought those guys together to really focus on how do we help our customers. It doesn't always have to be all about tech. It's bringing the right people together. I done this in HR as well, where we had the recruiters, but also the hiring managers, and all those people create cross-functional teams for quick and needed hiring, because we were growing, right? So you can really foster a culture of cross-functionality in any setup. We just have to be more, you have to do it consciously and pay more attention to it. Regularly engage with customers. How many of you regularly engage with customers? Well, one hand. Okay, that's not a lot of hands. Okay. See, what's stopping you? And remember, your customer, you can have an internal customer, an external customer, you can be a user. We have a lot of names for it. What's stopping you from engaging with them? It's not the PO's responsibility, where I see it in some places, or there is a BA or external monitoring function that is, we did our job, let's hand it over to those guys. They will interact with our customers. We don't want to talk to our customers. They'll have ideas. No. The backlog is written. No. So really encourage you, push yourself, push your teams, push the people you work with to engage with customers in some way or form. Even Google Analytics and looking at the reports of those, that is already engaging in some way or form. And finally, don't forget about employee happiness. Have those conversations. Is this a place I want to work at? Is this a place where I want to invite my friends to work at? If the answer is no, or I'm not sure yet, why? Have those conversations as well. And that will help you create a successful product organization. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So this is the time for questions. So last chance to ask something. And I have a first question about the customer satisfaction. 7.6 versus 6.6 looks like the matter of statistical error. Why this diff is so close?
You mean employee satisfaction?
Yes, employee satisfaction.
I think it's a fun fact. I hope it's not a statistical error. I mean, also in my experience, based also on my experience, this makes a lot of sense, right? So when you understand, like, you do talk to your customers, you understand the value you're creating, that it's not just getting work done, but you actually understand and you feel part of it, you are a happier person. I mean, this is Dan Pink's drive where he talks about intrinsic motivation. Those types of things, I think, drive our satisfaction, having a purpose, right? So that I don't think it's just a statistical error.
Okay. Next question. How are you engaging with customers right now?
So, are these guys my customers? I'm engaging quite well. But okay, how I see, so in my current role, I mean, we're lucky enough to be sitting in the same place because we create internal platforms, but we also create SaaS platforms. But a lot of the heavy users are actually in the building where we sit. So that allows you to have that interaction quite naturally, quite easily. We also have dedicated people that are available to the teams to have conversations around things they're doing on a daily basis, not just during a review or a one-time big demo on a quarter or something. So that's how we do it.
Mm-hmm. Another question about employee satisfaction. Should it be in the percentage, and how do you measure it?
So in our survey, we just had a scale of 1 to 10. We did a classical ENPS, but I think I've seen that, and of course, there's a lot of critics about ENPS, so that could be one, but then you have to pay attention that it's a trend and analyze it correctly. Don't make it just about the data. Have also the conversations with people you work with. It can be a percentage, sure. I mean, I don't have a pick. Just do it. That's the most important thing.
Okay, so maybe the last question before the lunch break. Were you inspired by Marty Kagan's work on product management when creating the survey?
Yes, we were inspired by Marty Kagan's. We were inspired by the overall movement and trends that you see in the agile and product community. Yes, of course. You have to be inspired by Marty Kagan to a level of inspiration. Find that on your own, right? I don't know. But yes, we were.
There is plenty more questions about the employee satisfaction, so I think you need to deep dive in this area next time. And I would like to ask you for the huge applause for Tomasz